Tomorrow's headlines today. Good afternoon, Klamath Basin. It's Monday, January 28th, 2019. I'm Kurt Liedtke with the Herald and News. Here's a preview of stories that you can find in tomorrow's edition of the Herald and News. These are tomorrow's headlines today. A federal court of appeals ruled on Friday that PacifiCorp, which currently owns and operates several dams along the Klamath River, can no longer continue to use a controversial tactic which has allowed the company to avoid implementing mandatory requirements meant to protect the health of the Klamath River for over a decade. The decision marks a victory for the Hoopa Valley tribe, who filed the lawsuit, and may expedite the removal of several Klamath River dams. In order for PacifiCorp to operate the dams they own, they need a license from the Federal Energy Regulatory Commission, or FERC, but the last license they acquired expired in 2006. Since then, PacifiCorp, FERC, and the state of Oregon and California have each acted to enable PacifiCorp to utilize temporary operating licenses without completing a prerequisite water certification, which would require dam modernization, a process that court documents say is presumably not cost-effective, which was part of the reason PacifiCorp sought to recommission the lower dams. The government may now be reopening, but the consequences of the longest federal shutdown in U.S. history are likely to linger for national parks, forests, the federal workforce, and cutting-edge scientific research. Some may even be permanent. Many fire crews missed their window for controlled burns to prevent wildfires. Irreplaceable relics may have been damaged in unguarded national parks. Science experiments were abandoned. Ecologists and conservationists are bracing for lasting damage on the nation's public lands and wild places. By halting forest management practices, the shutdown has increased the likely damage from wildfires later this year. In many parts of the country, winter is the only time for prescribed burns, which are easiest to contain when conditions are relatively cool and wet. Those burns have been scrapped for now, which means more areas won't be protected from wildfires after a year of devastating blazes in California and elsewhere. More than 400 people showed up for the 4th annual Family Fun Night Thursday at Ferguson Elementary School to learn about history, science, art, and literacy and experience hands-on activities together. Activities were hosted by 5th and 6th graders at Ferguson, as well as Mazama FBLA, Henley and Mazama Kindness Clubs and Honor Society, the Klamath County Library, Ferguson Booster Club, Klamath Basin Research and Extension Center, and many more. Oregon Institute of Technology recently received a generous gift from the James and Shirley Rippey Family Foundation in support of student scholarships and civil engineering equipment upgrades. The funding allows the Oregon Tech Foundation to continue to award the James and Shirley Rippey Family Foundation Scholarship, which has helped 32 students pursue degrees since its establishment in 2012. And those are just a few of the stories you can find detailed in the Tuesday, January 29th Herald and News. Be sure to follow us online via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, SoundCloud, and of course, heraldandnews.com. You can also subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and Google Play. Be sure to check back each day for the latest podcasts, videos, and breaking news impacting the Klamath Basin. And thanks for listening.